Hey everyone, welcome back. In last video, we saw how does the website work on deeper level, on server level, what kind of request, the database, how it works, the file system. We saw that particular part, right? In this particular video, we are going to go little bit deeper and one step further, right? So without wasting time, let's start. So let me share my board. This is what we did on the last video. We understand the file, we understand the database, we understand the web server, we understand how the process works, right? So in this particular, we are going to see the request. We are going to go one step further, right? So let me share my screen. Okay, so here is my screen. Let's open the website. Yeah, let's do one thing. Let's test the ruleout.com only. Okay, so as of now, I have permission to work with the ruleout.com. So that's why I am doing the test on the ruleout.com. But in your case, it might be possible that you don't have permission. So don't do it, right? Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's open and refresh this particular website and let's see. Let's click on this all, by the way. Okay, and let's see what kind of request we are able to see right here. Okay, by the way, if you don't know how to open this particular developer option, either you can right click on the screen and click on the inspect element, or you can press the F12 button on your keyboard. All right, that will open this particular option. Once that is open, you can see on the top we have a lot of these menus. We need to click on the network menu. That will show the all of the request that is getting sent to the server by the website to show some data like this image, this post, whatever it is, right? So let's go and inspect any request. So let's click on this first request. So as we understand in last lecture that this is just a get request, and the function of the get request is request something to get something from the server. So it is getting the in the response, it is getting the HTML, CSS and JavaScript. If you try to render it or preview it, this is how it looks. It is looking weird, I know, because to render it fully like this shiny website, it requires additional CSS and additional JavaScript. And as you can see in the further request, it is fetching the all of these CSS files, and then it is fetching these JS files also, additional JS files also, right? So that's why this looks shiny, and the first request always look not pretty. So yeah, that's all about the first request. Let's try to understand request, the first part. So in the request, as you can see, when we click on any request, we get this header option, then we get preview option, then we get response option, then initiator, timing, cookies, right? So as of now, forget about the all of these. So let's try to understand what is in the our header. So this is the first request that is being sent to the server. Let's check it. We have the request URL, we have request method, we have status code, we have remote address, we have referral policy, and this is from the, I think, response. If we go here, then we have the request header. If we little bit scroll, there is a request header. So in the request header, we have the obviously the domain, the method, the path, the scheme, the accept parameter, the accept encoding, and lot more. I will explain one by one what is it. First thing, the domain or authority, to whom we want to send the request. Obviously we want to send to the rollout.com, otherwise how will we see the website? Then for which path we need to send. So then we, which method, obviously the get method, because it's a first request and we need the basic page. Then there is a which path, obviously the slash path, because by default when we open the website it goes to the slash path or root path. This path, the slash, we call the root. And if you go to the something like slash about or something, we call this is as a path, but for slash we say root. Then we have scheme is obviously HTTPS, the scheme of the request. HTTPS stand for secure request, encrypted request, and HTTP stand for unsecured request or not encrypted request. Okay, so as you can see, if I click on this global icon, sorry, this particular global icon, it should show me the HTTPS lock right here, but it's not showing. So let's ignore as of now, right? But in your case it should show green lock here. So why we have the green lock there? Maybe when I refresh I will get that lock. Okay, when I refresh I'm getting the setting icon, and when I click on that, it is saying connection is secure. So why it is saying that? Because of HTTPS. If the website is using HTTP like this right here, then it will show that connection is not secure. Okay. Um so let's refresh the page and we saw this connection is secure. So let's see our first request content, right? Okay, so we were checking the request header. Next header is accept. So what kind of response client is accepting? So client means the browser, my browser. What kind of request response look the browser is looking from the server? Okay, what the browser is expecting from the server? It is expecting the text or HTML, application XML, application XML, whatever, and it is saying the images also, like image, WebP, PNG, APNG, whatever the format is. Basically, it is telling all of the type of the response that client is expecting from the server. Okay, if server is sending other than this, then it might be possible that you will see some kind of error in the browser. Maybe the browser is not able to process the server response, right? So that can happen. Then there is accept encoding. These are the encodings that browser accept, gzip encoding and whatever it is, right? As of now, you don't need to understand the encodings and decodings. Just try to understand that's one of the header. Then there is a language. Obviously, it is ENGB. If in my Chrome browser, if I am using some kind of Japanese language, then it will send JP-GB or something. Okay. Then there is a cache control. What is the status of cache control? Then obviously cookie. You know what is a cookie. So when we visit this particular website first time, it give us something cookies. So let's say I enable this website and I click this dark mode. Okay, so now website needs to remember that I have enabled the dark mode, so that when next time I will come, it will show me exact same dark mode. It will not show me white mode. You want to check? So let me just copy this URL, go here, paste it right here and click enter. So this will show me the dark mode. Why? Because in the cookies the dark mode is set by the website. So that's why the cookies are important. So this is the cookie, not just dark mode, for authentication also and additional steps also, right? That's it. And the priority and whatever is there in this particular request right here, ignore all of that. Let's check the user agent. What is user agent? User agent is nothing but the information about the environment of the client. That means environment of my this particular browser. So what is saying? It is saying Mozilla 5.0, Windows NT, 10, Windows 64, Apple Kit, whatever it is, and it is saying Chrome and whatever it is, right? So basically this user agent tells the server which browser it is using. Is it using Chrome, Firefox? What is it? Which OS it is using? It is using Windows, it is using Mac, it is using Linux. What is it? And this kind of information, even the size of the window, right? That kind of information is getting sent in the user agent. Okay, so yeah, that's all about this particular get request. Similarly, if we go to the post request, we will have similar parameters. And remember, these are the request headers are not permanent, they can change. Let me give you example. Let's go to this fluxet.com website right here. Okay, let's refresh it and let's try to access the first page of the website. This is the first page, and go here and check the request header, which is I think this one. So as you can see in the request header, what kind of request is header they are sending? They are only sending these particular requests, user agent and some basic stuff. But if you go on the rule out, it is sending hell lot of data right here. Okay, that's the difference between website to website. And remember that these headers are not constant. These headers can change. Obviously there is a list of header that we can use, but if developer wants, the website developer wants to use some custom header, like let's say it is saying status code, might be a developer wants to say code status or code xyz, then they can create that custom header also, right? So that's up to the developer. But remember that we have some standard list of the headers. I will provide the link in the description, or let's do one thing. Let's quickly go in the browser and let's try to let's say website headers type. Let's try to go MDN web docs, and if you want to learn anything about website, you should go to the MDN website only. Okay, so let's click on this, and it should show all type of the headers, like predefined header or standard header for the website. So as you can see, this is the headers. So on the left we have list of the headers. See, these are the list of the headers from here. HTTP headers, accept header is there, then there is a accept ch, accept charset, accept encoding, accept language, accept path. So as you can see in the ruleout we had the accept header also, and we had something called accept content, accept type, that we had, I guess. Yeah, accept type is there, accept encoding is there, accept language is there, but here we have lot of accepts, right? So yeah, these headers are optional, but yeah, here is a list of the standard headers that website can use. Each header has a unique role, but it can be customized, right? So that's all about the request basics that you need to know. Okay, what is the basics of the request? Now let's go one step further and let's try to see response headers. Okay, the same way we have the request header right here, we have response headers also. So as you can see in my response headers, I have some data here, but remember, as I said, response headers can be customized. Okay, so for some website you will see cf cache status, but for some website you will see some different word, but action is same, right? So yeah, that can happen. So here you can check the response header also, and you can check on the mdn website what kind of response headers are available, right? uh, yeah, that's all for this particular video. I'm pretty much sure that I didn't cover everything in the deep, but make sure that you go to the website called mdn here, mdn webdoc, and you should explore this. Request header option is also there, right? On the top here the http headers option is available. If we go further, then there is a request header option is also available here. Then there is a http response header option is also available. CSP course and not a lot of things are available, right? Please try to go through the docs. Don't try to read everything, just take a overview. Like in the, take any website for testing, right? You can use any website. For me, I am using fluxet.com. Try to open the website, try to refresh, check all requests, and one by one try to check what is in the request header, what is in the response header, but why they are using those content over there. Like see, here it is using cache control, which is no cache no store. That means it is telling that website is not storing any cache. If I refresh the page, it will get all the data new. It is not storing the cache. But if you go to the rule out, it will say cache control is max as 0. That means unlimited. But here we have cache control to no cache. So this website is storing the cache, not storing the cache, but this website is storing the cache. So what kind of cache it is storing? It might store the images, so that on next reload or next refresh, it don't have to again go to the server and get the images, right? So that's the cache. That's all about the headers. You can go ahead, use the chat gpt, use this mdn docs, and try to get the overview of the headers and what is in the request, right? So yeah, that's all about this particular video. If you have any doubt, please let me know. If you need anything, need to know anything additional, please comment. I will record another video, but I'm recording the video by keeping in mind that what kind of content I want to teach in the future. Okay, so in the future I know that cookie header is important, so that's why I told you what is the cookie header. In future I am going to show some kind of cookie injection, I'm going to show some kind of header injection, so that's why I told you about the accept header. So I am focusing by that particular goal. But if you want to learn more, obviously you can learn all of the headers, you can learn about all of the details, and you can go to this particular MDN Docs website and you will have all of the knowledge available. So yeah, that's all for this particular video. See you in the next.